What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod, and I'm a full-time eBay and Poshmark seller. And in today's video, I want to switch things up just a little bit and talk about investments. Now, when it comes to investing, I know there's a lot of other people. They might talk about real estate, they may talk about the stock market and other things like that. But for me, I just want to keep things really simple and kind of start you guys off slow, especially if you're brand new to investing. Now, when it comes to investing, for me, I don't do a ton of it. I only use a couple of apps, and one of the apps that I do use, and I've been using it for over a year now, is Acorns. Now, I've seen a ton of other Acorn reviews out there, and that's what actually got me into using Acorns. But the best thing about my review is that it's 100% completely unsponsored, unfiltered. I'm not receiving any money about telling you guys about this platform. But for me, I did want to share some really good information and some valuable information, especially if you guys are an entrepreneur, because for me, I always think it's really smart to kind of diversify your income and put some money aside for rainy days. And when it comes to saving money, I know it's not that easy for some people because, I mean, personally, I do think I'm really good with money and I'm not tempted as I used to be. But I know for some of you guys, saving your money is kind of difficult. So one thing that Acorns helped me do was really save a lot of money in a short amount of time, and I really didn't even feel the money coming in and out of my account because it's automatic. So let me give you guys some pros and some cons about why I like using the Acorns app. And if you guys are interested in using it, I'll definitely put a link in the description. And if you use that link, I'll get $5 and you'll get $5 as well. And it's just an easy way to start your investment portfolio with the free $5. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, y'all. So when it comes to investing, right? I know that, like I said before, there's a ton of different reviews and a ton of different people out there on YouTube that give a ton of information on how to invest, the smart things to do, and etc. etc. But like I said, this isn't sponsored, so I'm just trying to give you guys some game, just as if I was talking to one of my friends. So basically, the way how I got introduced to Acorns, one of my friends, he found it and he told me about it. But of course, I wanted to do some research on my own before I signed up, and everything about it seemed pretty good, at least for my lifestyle and for what I was trying to do at the time. So for me to put aside maybe $20 a week, $10 a week, and just round up, it was easier for me to do than to try to say put away $100 every week, because I just wasn't that disciplined at the time. So the way how the Acorns app works is that, especially if you sign up with my link in the description, you'll get $5, and then from there it's basically put into the stock market, and you'll get a very small percentage of some of the biggest corporations out there. You'll get a little bit of Apple, you'll get a little bit of Walmart. It's called an ETF, and basically you get 5 different portfolios to choose from. And for me, since I'm relatively young, I decided to go with an aggressive ETF. So I'm literally just popping into my app right now just so I can kind of show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So basically, when you're going into your Acorns app and you're trying to choose the portfolio that's best for you, you're going to get 5 different options, right? And it's going to say aggressive, moderately aggressive, moderately conservative, and of course the lowest level is conservative. Now, the people that choose conservative, those are usually people that, they're trying to just put money aside. They're not really trying to take any risks, because as you guys know, investing in the stock market isn't guaranteed by any means. There's tons of people that lose money. There's tons of people that gain a ton of money, and they get a lot of wealth from playing in the stock market. But for me, since I'm young, I use the aggressive portfolio option, and that really just means that when the market is booming, I'm winning, and when the market is down, I'm down big. And just to give you guys a quick example, a few months ago, I think this was maybe like the end of the 4th quarter, I was down maybe $200. Actually, it was about $270. So at that time, some people would be panicking, some people would withdraw all their money. But for me, like I said, I'm relatively young. I left that money alone. I didn't touch it. And now I'm back up to being about positive. Let's go right into the app as I'm telling you guys, so I'm not talking any bullshit. When it comes to the whole investment stuff, you're not going to see huge gains overnight, and you're not going to see huge losses overnight. It's definitely more of a slow game, especially the way how I'm investing. And right now I invest about $40 every week, so that's $160 a month. And trust me, just by me doing that small amount of money each week, it compounds, it adds up, and I don't even realize that I'm saving that much money every week, every month. And the best thing about it is because it's automated, so it instantly takes it out of my bank account. It kind of made me more disciplined. So that's one of the good things about using the Acorns app that I do like. Just like I was telling you guys before, you're not going to make a ton of money, but I do think this is still really better than using a traditional savings account, because if I was just putting aside, say, 40 bucks a week in my savings account, I'll probably get like 0.0001% interest rate if I was using a traditional bank. So in terms of saving money this way, I definitely do like it a lot more. And of course, there's tons of other ways for you guys to invest and to save your money. I mean, if you kind of old school or kind of hood with it, you can put some money in a shoebox and keep it under your mattress. I mean, you guys can save however you want to, but I do think this is probably a really good way to start investing and just an easier way to introduce you to the stock market. So the other thing that I do like about using the Acorns app is that it rounds up your money to the nearest dollar. And that really depends on how much money you spend using the cards that you have linked to it. And the good thing is you can link as many cards as you want. So if you swipe your credit card for every other purchase like I do, you can round up very, very quickly. And those cents really do add up over time. Or you can just link one account, and once you swipe that one card, you might get 5 cents and 10 cents, and then that will also compound and add up as well. So that's something to consider if you're looking into more of like a safe or kind of like just a non-aggressive type of way to invest and to save some money. But the other good thing is that if you're a student, you can actually get Acorns for free every month for 4 years. And even if you're a senior and you sign up with your EDU account, you can still get Acorns for free for 4 years. So if you're a recent grad or you're about to graduate, definitely look into Acorns, because that can help you save some money. And like I said, at the end of the day, when it comes to saving money, I think it's super important to do, because you never really know. Things happen on a daily basis where, your check might not come in on time. You might get laid off, you might get fired, you might hurt yourself, and you might need to pull some money. So saving money is definitely super important, and I do think not enough people do that. So that's why I'm really just talking about Acorns today. Now, one of the main things that made me want to talk about Acorns today is the fact that it's a really good way to source, and you can make some money back from your purchases. Now, like I said before, I'm a full-time eBay and Poshmark seller. So sometimes people ask me about if I do any online arbitrage or retail arbitrage. And sometimes if I'm on, say, Nike.com or Adidas.com and I see a really good sale happening and I have an additional coupon, I might go on Nike.com and make a few orders, or Adidas.com and make a few orders, and I might make 20, maybe 15 bucks after I buy and sell some of those items. 15 bucks, 20 bucks in profit, right? So the good thing about using Acorns is that you can go into your Acorns app, go into the found money section, and then it has a whole bunch of stuff. It has Amazon, it has Airbnb, Nike, Adidas. It has a tons of different stores, but I'm just talking about Nike and Adidas because this is stuff that I've done personally. So I'm just like speaking from experience. And you can go into the Acorns app, go in there first, click on Nike or click on Adidas, and then it will take you to the website. And whatever purchase that you make, Acorns will take 5% of the money that you just spent, and they'll put that back into your Acorns account. So not only are you making money from purchasing stuff from Nike, but of course the items that you're buying, you're intending to flip it anyway. So you're basically just making money on top of making money. And keep in mind, it's not a ton of money we're talking about. If you spend, say, 50 bucks and you only get 5% of that, that's a few bucks. But think about it, if your thrift stores or garage sales don't have a ton of good stuff and you buy a ton of things on the clearance section in Nike or Adidas.com, and you might have spent $1,000. Now, if you got 5% from 1,000, now we talking about some more significant money. So that's probably one of my favorite things about using the Acorns app, because it just makes it easy for you to earn money and save money as well. Now, I think I definitely gave Acorns enough props and enough like pros, so I'll stop talking about the pros because I think I did enough. Because like I said, this is not like a sponsored video by any means, but some of the cons that I had to think of. The fact that you don't have a lot of portfolio options to choose from. Now, like I said before, you only get conservative, moderate, moderately aggressive, and aggressive options. And the thing about that is that there's other websites and there's other apps that give you some more options. Like Stashed gives you like 33 options to choose from. So it just gives you a lot more different options to kind of pick and play and kind of see which one is best for you. But in terms of Acorns, they kind of just give you 5 limited options, and out of those options, it's large company stocks, small stocks, emerging stock markets, real estate stocks, and international stocks. And that's the aggressive one that I'm using right now. So that's why I'm just giving you guys those examples. But you guys can check out the Acorns app and see for yourself which one is best for you. But moving right along, the other thing that I do think is a con, and it's not necessarily a con, but I just wish it was free for everybody. But of course, they got to make their money too. But the other con that I can think of is the fact that you do have to pay $1 a month, or if you have over $5,000 in your account, you have to pay 0.25% of whatever's in your account for that year. So a good example of that is if you have $5,000 in your account, you will do 5,000 multiplied by 0.25, and that will be about $12.50, and that's how much you'll be paying to just maintain your Acorns account every year. So at the end of the day, it's really relatively cheap, especially if you was to deal with like an investment broker or a stock broker. You'll be paying that person a lot more money to maintain your account, so keep that in mind as well. So it's definitely not free, and I wish it was, so I'm gonna say that was a con. And outside of that, those are probably the only really cons that I can think of, because my experience so far with Acorns has been really good. Like I said, I've made over $70 using Acorns. I remember signing up and it hasn't been that long. And like I said, if I put this money in a traditional savings account in like Bank of America, there's no way I would have made $70 in a little bit over a year. And just being able to build up that account very slowly without any hiccups whatsoever, that's why I just felt like, you know, sharing this bit of knowledge for you guys, so that you guys can get slowly introduced into investing and to just saving some money on the side. So that's all I got for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more videos. And if you guys want me to do more content outside of just reselling and talk about more of some of my investment strategies or just some of the things that I use to invest money, definitely drop that in the comment section below, and I could definitely keep these videos coming. And if you guys hate these kind of videos, I just won't make any more, because at the end of the day, I'm just making videos to help people out there. So, like I said, if you're interested, hit that like button, shoot me a comment if you got any questions, any concerns. And if you do use Acorns, tell me about your experience so we can keep that conversation going. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.